Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Harmony One. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, I would recommend you check that out before watching this one. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of your video. Watch that before watching this one so you have more context to all the patterns and the Fibonacci levels that we're using. Now, jumping into the daily chart, you can see that we got rejected from the 1.272 over here. And this was after the last video that I made, and we actually almost got to this 1.272. So, we barely got there. We didn't even touch that line. So then we came back for a back test of this white trend line that I gave you. And as you can see, we almost came back down to this swing high at 22.5 cents over here, which is still possible. I do think it's still possible if we roll over in the markets a bit more, but it seems that all cryptos are starting to recover, including Bitcoin. Now we are in between the EMAs, so when we are in between the EMAs or below the 55 EMA, which is the red line, I typically start buying and dollar cost averaging, because once you're above the 20 EMAs, you're in an uptrend. Once you're below the 55 EMA, you're in a downtrend because the 20 EMA gets dragged down to the price, and the price is below the 55. That causes the bearish cross to occur. And as we all know, the bearish cross is the precursor to a downtrend. Now, Harmony One has been, doing pretty good actually, and it hasn't dipped that hard. We have these bounces off the 55 EMA, perfect bounces. I always say that you should have your buy orders at the 55 daily EMA, because you can see over here we perfectly bounced off of it. We had a wick to the downside, but you can never know how far down the wick is going to be, so it's always safe to buy a bit higher than the 55 EMA, so there's more chances you get filled. Now we're looking for the 1.272 over here. That's 27% trade. Very nice. If you're looking for the 1.618, which is our technical target, 120%. That is doing that is, two nice trades for you already in there. Not saying we're not going to pull back any lower, but if the markets, are just consolidating and we don't see any, major black swan events or anything like that, I don't think we're going anywhere below this swing high, which is the previous all-time high that we had in March. Now, then we have the second fib level over here sitting at $1.78, right? Or 7, yeah, almost 7 cents, 7.5. So that is going to be my major, target for Harmony One. So this is where I would take most of my profits. Now you could even wait for a 1.272. That's actually 300% trade to the $1 price tag. Now you can be waiting for this 2.272 to be met, and to be perfectly honest with you, it can be met. We can even get to $2, $3, $5. It depends on what the news are for Harmony One. Depends on how overextended the bull market is. Depends on how much FOMO there is in the markets, right? But you cannot. For me, I'm not going to be expecting super huge FOMO and expecting all the projects to do 100x, right? So I'm just going to be conservative, and I would start taking most of my profits out at $1 over here. And as you can see, that's a 300% trade from where we are right now. So there is good money to be made here, but you always have to stay conservative. Don't be greedy. Those things will, make you lose money before you realize it. Now, jumping into the daily RSI over here, you can see that we were in this horizontal triangle as well, but we lost this support line, and we're trying to get above it, get it back into the pattern, and then break out of it, because you can see that over here we have multiple rejections from that zone. And, considering this, on the daily RSI, and the fact that we're still below this triangle, it's still early to buy into Harmony before we see any sort of major pumps. And on the daily chart, the 90 RSI is a good level to start taking profits, because we've been rejected from that point very, 1, 2, 3 times before, right? So it's a good take profit zone in my opinion, right? I'm not telling you to take profits. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything, because it turns out some people think that I'm actually trying to force someone to sell or to buy something so that the price pumps up, and so I can take profits because 34 people bought into a project that I recommended. It's crazy, but obviously I'm not trying to take advantage of the markets, and I don't think I can move the markets with 4,000 subscribers, to be honest. So I'm just trying to give you nice sell regions and buy regions or support levels so that you know where are the best places to enter, and then you decide for yourself where you want to enter actually for yourself, right? This is my levels. This is my charting, okay? So hopefully that's clear. Now let's jump into Binance. Okay, so we are on the 4-hourly chart, and straight off the bat, let's jump into the 4-hourly stochastic. You can see that right now we are in the oversold over here, so potentially you're waiting for a move to the downside, and you want to buy in when you're over here in the oversold. So once you're overbought over here, that's basically this basically means that this asset is overbought on the 4-hourly chart, and that it's going to start moving down. Okay, this is where it's oversold on the 4-hourly chart. This is where you buy back in. Now we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. But we just got a bullish cross on the 4-hourly MACD. As you can see, once we get these bullish crosses, there is some appreciation. So you've already had the bullish cross confirmation right now. As you can see, the price is already appreciating over here. We're getting above the 4-hourly 20 EMA, which is very nice. Okay, we do have a Fibonacci level set up over here. It's a bit different. It's a bit smaller, version of the Fibonacci retracement than we had on the trading view. Basically, here we have the swing high October 26th and the swing low November 18th. And that gives us the 1.618 at 52 cents from where we are right now. That is a 92% trade. And to the golden ratio, that's 15% or almost 16. The golden ratio is sitting at 31 cents basically. I do recommend you always sell below the fib level itself, just so that you don't have to wait for the exact level to be hit, because a lot of people are going to see this level. A lot of people are going to have sell orders at this level, so it's not guaranteed that your order is going to get filled when you place it at the exact price of the golden ratio. So I would just recommend you sell below that. At least that's what I do, and that's what smart traders do, because if you sell over here, the price reverses before ever touching the golden ratio, and you come back down to the 0.5 potentially. That's the idea behind it. So yeah, the 4-hourly chart, so far so good. We're getting above the yellow trend line over here. As you can see, we went down below it. It's a pretty nice, multi-month support level that we need to adhere to. And, we just lost it for a bit over here, but we're getting back above it, which is nice. Okay, and let's jump into the daily chart, see what's going on over there with the oscillators. Let's remove the drawings for now. So we can see you had a nice bounce off the 80 EMA just yesterday. So the 80 EMA is something that I've started using quite recently as well. I do have the 100 EMA sometimes, but the 80 EMA seems to be holding support for a lot of the projects. As you can see, Harmony One has been bouncing off that level previously multiple times. So have the 80 EMA on your charts as well. That's the blue line for me. So yeah, so far so good. The EMAs have come back together. There's no gap in between them. We're looking good for continuation. The stochastic has started moving back down, but it seems like we're going to have a trend reversal over here, because the moving averages are moving up for the bullish cross, and we're going to turn and start coming to the upside over here. And yeah, we've taken a look at the RSI before. We do have actually a different pattern over here, I think. So yeah, we broke above this pink trend line, and then we're back testing it as support. But I do think this trend line is meant for the weekly chart. Let me double check. Or it's meant for the 4-hourly. I could be totally wrong. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this is for the 4-hourly chart. And we have been testing this trend line as resistance previously. We back tested it as support over here. Right now we broke above it, and we back tested it once again. So if I just move it like this, you can see there's going to be another resistance level over here, because we've hit this trend line multiple times. Here's the thing. You can set up as many resistance levels as you want, right? I can do something like this. Then I can take another trend line from the same spot and do something like this. Right? And you're always going to find resistance levels, and the price is always going to be bouncing from them. But the thing is, you can never catch, where it's going to go from, where it's going to go, where it's going to get rejected. As you can see, you have these resistance lines, and you're going to get rejected and bounce off all of them. So you never know where to buy in. So you know, I just don't have a lot of them on my RSI, and you know, I just, you know, look for the major resistance levels over here. You can see that we have 2 bounces over here, we have 1 bounce over here, and you have the second bounce over there, right? So right now we potentially can get a 3rd bounce over here and get rejected from that zone and come back down. So this potentially can be a nice selling port for Harmony One. But would I be selling to buy in lower right now? No, I wouldn't risk that, because potentially we can break through the resistance and get overextended. The price can surge. Then you can sell once you get overextended on the 4-hourly chart or on the daily chart, basically when you're above the index of 70 on the RSI. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. If I missed out anything on the charts, do let me know down below in the comment section. I've given you enough, you know, good trades for now. Let's see if any of them come to fruition. Hopefully they will. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Check me out on Twitter. We do have a Telegram chat and a Discord server, and we do have a Patreon. Make sure to check me out on there. Great way to support me and a great way for me to give back to you guys as well. I'll catch you the next one. Goodbye and good night.